Hey you, bloody squonker! Very bad Australian accent mimicking going on there. What's up? I don't know. I suck. Anyway, today we are going to review the Steam Crave Squonk Mod. There you can see the Steam Crave Squonk Mod with all the squonking goodness. Alright, so what I have on top here is the Steam Crave Aromanizer VRDA, which is a separate review that I did. I just want to review the Squonk Mod just for the Squonk Mod, okay, so that it's easier to give it a proper review without the VRDA inside, because the VRDA is good, okay. Check out my channel for a review on that. So let's get into the close-ups right away, and I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to get and what you should look out for when you get the Squonk Mod by Steam Crave. Alright folks, so here you have the Steam Crave Squonk Mod, no dripping, no dry hit. And at the bottom it says Steam Crave Squonk Mod designed by Steven, some Steam Crave logos. At the back it says Squonk Mod, juice bottom feeding, 60 watt regulated and adjustable power mode and TC mode, temperature control mode, easy to replace bottle and battery. Here you have your scratch and check authenticity code, which I have not scratched yet. So I got the Squonk Mod directly from the Steam Crave website. You can go to steamcrave.com to check out all the products that they have. So the Squonk Mod is the only mod that they have right now on their store, but they have lots of different RDAs, and also let's not forget the ever popular Aromanizer RDA, RDTAs, etc. You can go to steamcrave.com. So let's open the package here, and here is the main star attraction, the Squonk Mod. And it says here Squonk Mod designed by Steven, and you have your serial number, or my serial number. Alright, looking good. So we will get to this in a while. Now let's take a look at what else you have in your package. So you have a spare bottle here, and this is supposed to be a 10 ml bottle for all your squonking needs, with a tube as well. And then you have your USB charging cable, and inside you have a booklet that explains the Squonk Mod, all the things that it does, and you have a neat little Steam Crave sticker that you can put on anything that you want. Alright, so now let's talk about the mod itself, the Steam Crave Squonk Mod, okay, and that's exactly what it's called. No fancy name, just Squonk Mod. But of course there are lots of other Squonk Mods available online, although most of them, especially the older ones, tend to be something like a custom made mods. And then you have the popular Vapor Flask Squonk Mod, which I think is out of production right now. So right now at the moment I think this is one of the leading, or one of the most advanced Squonk mods out there, because it goes up to 60 watts and also does TC or temperature control. So let me give you some of the basic specifications. Output voltage between 1 to 9 volts, output power 7 to 60 watts, output current about 25 amps. It supports resistance between 0.1 to 4.0 ohm. As for temperature control, or the temperature mode, it does between 200 degrees to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. The dimensions of this, the width is 59 millimeters, about 6 centimeters. The height is 88 millimeters, and the depth, or the width of it, is 26 millimeters. So it will be more than enough to support any RDA that you have, especially the RDA that I will show you after this, also by Steam Crave, the VRDA. The one that I have, the color here is the gunmetal color, but they also have a black color, if I'm not mistaken, on the Steam Crave website, so you can check that out. And it has an OLED screen and you have your charging port here. As far as I know, the firmware is not upgradable, but according to their website, and this is this is the part where it gets a bit confusing. The Steam Crave website is poorly done. Very bad information there. In fact, I think you can get better information about the Squonk Mod from other places. Like if you check the link in the description, it goes to fastech.com. You can check out fastech.com. It actually has better pictures, better information about the Squonk Mod than the Steam Crave website itself. All you see on the Steam Crave website is an illustration, not the actual product images. Alright, so let's get this open now. Okay, so the back door is magnetic. So just pop it open like this. Alright, so it requires a single 18650 battery. Does not come with the battery. You have to buy it separately. And you have your 10 ml juice bottle over here with the feeding tube. So to take the bottle out, just hold the bottle like this and just take it out like that. And of course, there's a spare 10 ml bottle in the kit as well. So here you have your bottom feeding pin. And this is what feeds the e-juice all the way here into your RDA. Any RDA that has a bottom feeding pin or squonk pin will fit in nicely with the Squonk Mod by Steam Crave. So now let's pop a battery in, put the bottle back in, put the cover back. It snaps into place nicely. Solid. Okay, so very good magnets here, and no chance of this coming out. It's actually pretty hard to get this out. You can't do this by accident. You have to actually pay attention and apply some pressure to open the battery door. So it's 5 clicks on and off. Well, it's already on. Now it says system off, and 5 clicks to turn it on. Alright, it is at 52 watts, it goes up to 60 watts, and you have a battery indication here, and it says no atomizer found. The screen turns off a bit too fast for me. Okay, so let me screw on an atomizer here and show you basically the functions of the Squonk Mod itself. Now with the Squonk Mod, you can use it with any tank, any RDA that you want to, but basically you'll not be making use of the actual squonk functions here, which is a squonk bottle and the whole squonking setup. So you definitely need a squonk type of RDA, and I have one here with me right now, the Aromanizer VRDA. So this RDA and this mod is like a match made in heaven. Okay, obviously if you want to buy it, I recommend that you buy it together. Okay, this is a 25mm diameter RDA, and it fits in nicely here as you can see. Alright, so now let's turn it on, and it reads the atomizer resistance at 0.35 ohm. Okay, and you have your battery indication here as well. So 5 clicks on and off as I told you before, but it has a sleep mode, so if you don't use or you don't click on anything within 30 seconds, it will just go into sleep mode. And the screen, as I said, it turns off a bit too fast for me. I think it's about 3 seconds. I wish it was a little longer than that, but it's basically a very simple menu system here, not much that you can configure. You can of course go up and down for the power, the wattage, as you can see here, all the way up to 60 watts, and then it round robins to the minimum of 7 watts. Just like that. The Squonk Mod does TC as well. So according to the instructions is when you put in a Ni200 or nickel coil, it will shift to TC mode automatically. Okay, otherwise it will remain in the settings mode. So how that works is basically what I think. Okay, as I said, there's not much information on the Steam Crave website. What I think is that nickel coils tend to have very low resistance. Okay, so if the resistance is very low, then the mod will automatically detect that it's supposed to be in TC mode and switch over to TC mode. That's basically what's happening. Now it can be accurate most of the time, but I may not be accurate some of the time. So I've not really tested it in TC mode, to be honest. I've just used it in power mode. So for the rest of this review, I will just explain on the power mode settings. So to lock the settings, okay, let's say I put this up to 19 watts, and there is some acceleration going here. So let me go up to 40 watts. Okay, 40 watts, and it goes up by 1 watt increments. So I'm not really sure what the 0.0 is there for, because it just goes up by 1 watt increments. And to lock it, just press both the up and down button for 2 seconds. And it says power set lock. All happens pretty fast. Okay, so now when I want to go up and down, it says power set locked. To unlock, hold the up and down button again for about 2 seconds. And now it's unlocked, and no, now it's not. Now it's unlocked, and now I can go up and down the wattage as well. And they have some security features built into the Squonk Mod. Okay, basically, if your resistance is lower than 0.1 ohms, the device simply will not fire. And they supposedly have an overtime protection here as well, which means that if you press the fire button for more than 10 seconds, you will see a message here that says overtime, and the device will stop firing. Now let's test that out, because honestly, there were some instances where I don't see that working. Okay, so let's just test it out. Let's just hit the power button for 10 seconds. Yep, it does say overtime. And it also has a low voltage protection, and what that means is that when the battery voltage is below 3.1 volt, the device will not fire to prevent the damage to the battery. It has some basic battery protection as well, so if you put the battery on backwards, it will not even turn on. If there's something wrong with your build, okay, some short circuit there, then you will see a message here that says no connection. To get into temp control mode, you just need to hold down the fire button and the up button, or the first button here that you see, like that. And you go into temp control mode. Okay, so you have your temperature up here, Fahrenheit, and you can go all the way up to 600 Fahrenheit, and then it round robins to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't think you can actually show this in Celsius. Okay, I don't see any information in the instructions, and as I said, I never really maximized this in the temp control mode. And now it switches back to power because it is detected that this is not a nickel wire. And another thing that I forgot to mention earlier is that this bottom feeding center pin here is spring loaded, so that is always good news. Alright, so enough about the technical aspects of it. Now let's dive down into the actual squonking action itself. So this is a 10 ml juice bottle, okay, and as I mentioned, you need a squonk ready RDA like the aromanizer, and all you have to do is fill up the e-juice bottle here. So 10 ml of e-juice will definitely last you for quite some time. Now a few questions about the bottle, which I'll get to right in a while as soon as I finish filling this up. And I just want to fill it up all the way to the top because there are a few things that I have to mention about the bottle itself. Okay, and that should do it. Okay, don't get it all the way full. And I am so sloppy. That's fine, let me just wipe this off. Alright, and now you can put in the cap. Now one thing I noticed about the bottle is that this is not some kind of specially designed bottle for the Squonk Mod. You can see the cut marks over here. Okay, so obviously there was some kind of tip here that Steam Crave just cut off and repurposed it as the feeding bottle for the Squonk Mod. Okay, so this screws in instead of pushing the cap in, which is very good because the ball here is pretty soft, as you can see. So when you're trying to push something in, then you will apply some pressure to the bottle and the juice will start spilling out. Now when the bottle is full like this, you still have to be a bit careful because if you apply too much pressure when you are holding the bottle, as you can see, juice will just spill off to your fingers. Okay, so now you have your bottle ready to go. Now you have a spare bottle as well, 10 ml of e-juice. So if you fill both this up, you can have 20 ml of e-juice to go with you wherever you want to. Now the problem, of course, is that this cap here, okay, it has a tube in it as well. Now you don't want to fill up a bottle like this and put it in your bag or pocket without being able to close this off completely. Now the good news is, if you have any other kind of a bottle like this one, okay, the size of the cap is exactly the same. So what you can do is you can take the cap off of this, and this is just for the bottle that I have. This is a 15 ml bottle. I wished it could fit in here, but it does not. Anyway, with the cap of the bottle, you can just take this cap off, and as you can see, this one fits in nicely here. Okay, so I can just repurpose the cap from the other bottle I showed you before. It screws in nicely, and so I can actually fill this up with 10 ml of backup e-juice, and when this runs out, okay, I can just take off the cap and just switch only the bottle without having to bring this part along with me. Alright, so now let's put it in just like this. Okay, the bottle fits in nicely. Now one thing I noticed is that the tube is a little too short in the one that I received, and the same for the spare as well. Now what this means is that when the e-juice runs low, okay, about this much, then I really have to squeeze the bottle much harder to get the e-juice to flow up the tube into my RDA. Alright, so now that's done, and let's put in the RDA, or at least just the base of the Aromanizer VRDA. So just squeeze the bottle, and you have your juice coming out just like that. Okay, so when you put the cover back, you hold it like this, and you squonk it whenever you want to. So 10 ml of juice can last you a very long time. And if you fill up the spare bottle, as I showed you before, with another cover, just buy some other bottle as long as the cover is the same. It doesn't have to be a needle tip bottle like this, okay? The important thing is the cover. So there are many different bottles that you can check out online and get a bottle that's about the same size. The cap should fit nicely, and that will solve your problems of, you know, bringing some extra juice with you. Alright, so we'll get back to FaceTime. I will be wicking this off camera, and then we'll get back to FaceTime. Vape on this setup here, okay, with the Aromanizer VRDA, and tell you what I think about the Squonk Mod. But before that, I also have to mention that the USB charging here, okay, should you use the USB charging? If you have your own charger, a dedicated charger, then you can just take the battery out. Okay, just pop the cover open like this. Pull the string here, and be careful not to apply pressure on the bottle, otherwise you just have juice spilling out everywhere. Just pull this here. It is a bit tight. Okay, and you can charge your battery separately. Now when you charge with the USB charger here, this is something that they don't mention, and I had to discover this the hard way. There is no pass-through charging. So when you're charging it with the USB cable, you can't fire it up and you can't vape on this. And that for me, it sucks, okay, because this is 2016. A lot of mods, I think almost all mods that have USB charging has pass-through charging as well. So you can charge and vape at the same time. The Squonk Mod by Steam Crave does not. So you either have a charger and you have extra batteries charging, so that when you run out of battery, you can just pop one in, or you just have to charge it, and then when you want to vape on it, you have to take the charger out to press the fire button and actually vape on anything that you put on here. Alright, let me put the battery back. Oh, it is a tight fit. Put the cover back. Okay, as for the feel of it, it feels really good. Okay, it is a bit big, it is a bit large. So let me give you some size comparisons quickly. So I have here my Smoke X Cube 2, and this is the Joytech Cuboid. Okay, so you can see the size differences here. It is about the same width as the Smoke X Cube 2, and about the same width as the Joytech Cuboid as well. And the Joytech Cuboid, of course, is a dual 18650 battery device, as you can see here. Okay, so The Squonk Mod is definitely much wider, okay, compare it to the Smoke X Cube 2. It's about as wide as the Smoke X Cube 2, but it's much wider because it has to support the bottle, okay. And I think the chip in here, well, according to the website, the chip shares the same internal components as the Yeehee or Yeehai chip, okay, and that's one of the popular chips around. As far as temp control and as far as stability goes, it is a chip manufactured in China, of course, but it's very popular, well-known chip. But according to the website, it shares the same IC internal components as the Yeehee chip. It does not say that it is a Yeehee chip. It just says that it uses the same components. But I found a few things with the chip itself, which I will explain more in FaceTime. Okay, now let me just wig this up and we'll get back to FaceTime in a while. I will explain more about the Squonk Mod by Steam Crave and what I honestly think about it.
A few moments later.
Oh, hello, welcome back. Alright guys, so close-ups, yes. Yep, well, I showed you everything that I can in the close-ups, or at least I tried, except for the temp control part of the Squonk Mod. Did not get into that, and I don't think I will be using the temp control nickel mode on the Squonk Mod anyway. So now let's just talk about what I have tried from the close-ups as well. Okay, so as far as the quality of the Squonk Mod goes, it's decently built. I would say it's decently built. Now for the squonking action here, as you can see in the Squonk Mod, and as I showed you in the close-ups as well, it looks pretty basic, okay. If you were to Google for Squonk Mods, and you will find other Squonk Mods that look almost like this as well. Lots of parts exposed here. But those Squonk Mods were either homemade, hacked together from something else, or some kind of custom made kind of Squonk Mod. So that's fine. Now this is a mass production kind of Squonk Mod. I do think that they should have made it a little more presentable. Let me give you an example. I know it's not an apple to apple comparison, okay, but the what was this again? The Dripbox by Kangatech. Okay, this is very mass production type of product. Okay, so the parts are similar. I would say the parts are definitely similar. How it works is similar, but they have everything nicely sealed up here, nicely concealed. Okay, so for the end user like me, may not think like, oh shit, they forgot to put in a part there. I can see the wire and shit like that. Of course, the Dripbox was more intended for newbies. Okay, so newbies, they don't want to see all the wires, just hanging out like that. So the Dripbox was made for the newbies. Well, the Squonk Mod by Steam Crave is made for more advanced people who maybe want to actually see the wires, see all the internals. I don't know, makes them feel better. As for the size of it, it feels comfortable in the hand, feels really comfortable to use. The buttons are really clicky, really nice buttons. But one thing that I don't like is no pass-through charging. So charge it or vape it. That is what you can do with the Squonk Mod. You can't do charging and vaping at the same time. That sucks. But then again, for the market that this was intended for, the more advanced market, you guys probably already have your own charger. I know I have my own charger. It charges much faster like that anyway. So you can just pop the battery out and you can charge it, and the whole no pass-through charging thing is no big deal. Now, as for the bottle itself, as I showed you in the close-ups, holds 10 ml of e-juice. So that's a lot, guys. That's really a lot of e-juice here. I had this on, okay, since the close-ups, and it took me some time, like a few hours between the close-ups and the FaceTime video that I'm doing right now, and I just vaped on it, just continue vaping on it. And I guess a full bottle of e-juice will be able to last me for, I don't know, two days, yeah, maybe 2 days, 3 days. So that's a lot. So this is a nice setup going on here with the Squonk Mod. And if you get the VRDA by Steam Crave, as I showed you, in the close-ups, the VRDA by Steam Crave. This perfect combination is just like a match made in heaven. And if you want to get the Steam Crave Squonk Mod and you don't have a Squonk RDA yet, I would recommend getting the VRDA, Aromanizer VRDA by Steam Crave. Or you can also check the description box below. You can also use something like this, a Velocity RDA clone. This one only costs $9. It is a clone. Again, I should say it loud and clear. Clone, not the authentic. And oh my god, this looks like shit. But anyway, it also has a squonking pin in here. Hope you can see it. Okay, so this one costs $9, and I've tested it with the Steam Crave Squonk Mod. It works well. So if you don't want to dish out all the extra cash for the Aromanizer VRDA, then you can get the clone. Again, not all Velocity clones have the squonking pin. This particular model has the squonking pin. Okay, so don't rush out and just buy some random Velocity clone. Okay, check in the description that it should have an additional squonk pin in there in the kit. Or if you're not sure, just use the link in the description box below to get this exact model. And one more thing about the screen. Okay, it may look a bit dark to you, but that's because there is a protective film on top that you can actually take out if you want to. Okay, let me show you. I didn't plan to take it out. Okay, so basically this is what's going on. Okay, there is a film here, and that kind of reduces the brightness of the screen a little bit. So, oh fuck. Now I just gotta take it out. Alright, now it's brighter, right? I guess so. A special shout out again to Mr. Harry Baba for introducing me to Squonk Mods, Steam Crave, etc. So I enjoyed this. Thank you, Harry baby, Harry Baba. And now I can squonk and squonk and squonk and squonk. I just never get bored of saying that word. Squonk, 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 squonk. No more dripping. Thank God for squonking. Oh, this is so good. This is really, really good. As a mod by itself, I don't think there's anything really great about the Steam Crave Squonk Mod. It is meant for squonking, okay, and it's maybe one of the best squonk mods that you can get. But if you have it in your head like, oh, that looks cool, but I'm gonna get it, but I don't really want to be squonking all the time, don't. I mean, for the amount of money that you spend for the Squonk Mod, you can get other mods, and maybe get a like a Dripbox or something like that. I have a review for this on my channel as well, and maybe I'll put a link to the Dripbox in the description box in case you want to check it out. This is a beginner device. Some things in the Dripbox I think are better in terms of the juice bottle, how it works like, okay, the juice feeding mechanism, no tubes that you have to deal with, just pop the bottle out like this, and then you can just pop the bottle back in, put in the magnetic cover, and you're done. Now, one thing about the Squonk Mod, also why I don't recommend you to get it just as a mod, is because it goes up to 50 watts only. And also there are a few things going on with the Squonk Mod by Steam Crave that I find a bit weird. Okay, no big deal. Let me just show you what I mean. Okay, so now it says system off, alright? Now when I click 5 times, it's supposed to turn it on, but it will say right away, no atomizer found. Alright, so I'm going to click 5 times to turn it off, and you'll see what I mean. Alright, now it's off. So when I turn it on and try to press the fire button immediately, it will say no atomizer found. There you go, no atomizer found. But then again, when I press it again, it detects the atomizer. Sometimes it doesn't detect when I put in a new atomizer. I really don't know what's going on. Definitely the chip in here, regardless of what they say in the website, whether the internals are the same as the Yeehy chip or whatever, I don't think it's really very polished for a mod. For a Squonk mod, as I said, definitely good. But for a mod itself, it's just okay. It's not really the greatest. I mean, you can buy lots of other stuff out there that will actually work better than the Squonk mod. Now, one final thing, and the lettering here, or the logo and the design here, it seems to start to fade away quite quickly. Okay, as you can see here. Now, maybe you can't see, but the words Steam Crave here, it seems to just wear off a little fast when I start using it. I don't know if it's because of the print quality, or I don't know how they do it. Alright, so let's wrap it up. My camera is like flashing at me, telling me that battery is gonna die soon. Let's wrap it up. Thumbs up or thumbs down for the Squonk mod. I would give it a thumbs up, but it does cost quite a bit. Okay, so if you have lots of cash to spend, get it. And if you just want to try out squonking, I would recommend that you go for the Kanga Tech Dripbox instead. Okay, this one, okay, especially if you're a newbie, you don't like building your own coils. It comes with a separate RDA, which I can't seem to find right now, but it comes with replacement coils. So you can just change the entire deck. Actually, basically, you can screw up the entire deck and pop in a new deck, and it's pretty affordable. I think you can get 3 coils for the Dripbox for about I don't know, for about $3, $4. So that's around $1 each for a coil. Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Check the description box below for the Dripbox mod, and also you can check it out. So if you just want to try squonking, the whole idea of squonking, you may want to get the Dripbox instead of the Squonk mod by Steam Crave. This is for more advanced users, as I mentioned. But again, goes up to 60 watts only. So if you want to put in like dual fuse Claptons and squonk with dual fuse Claptons, it's not going to work. The ramp up time is too long. So it is what it is, and I think I'll give it a thumbs up for the overall design build quality of the Squonk mod by Steam Crave. Alright, so that's all. My battery is like flashing twice as fast right now in red and blue and whatever not. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go.